Hello, Internet. It is I, Malik Aaron, and welcome back to Box Office Predictions. Today, we're going to be talking about Saltburn. So, as usual, we're going to be going over the pros and cons. So, let's get to it. Pros. Reviews for this are good enough. It's at a 71% critic score, which isn't really great, especially considering this is clearly meant to be like an awards flick. And that score kind of screams a little mid, but it's still a positive score. I mean, it's not terrible or anything, so I gotta label it as a pro. Even though there's no audience score, I imagine if there was an audience score, I can't imagine it would be very high. So yeah, but critic score is a 71. That's the only number I really got. So yeah, that's a pro. Try to think of other pros. Who made this? Emerald Fennel. I don't know who that is, but let's find out. Uh, this Emerald. Apparently, she made Promising Young Woman back in 2020, back when movies barely existed in theaters. Um, so that's not. I mean, Promising Young Woman. I'm pretty sure they got a good reception. I don't remember because again, it was like 3 years ago. But I'm pretty sure I got a good reception, even though the movie was a little not so mainstream friendly. And apparently, this Emerald Fennel was in the Barbie movie as Midge. I might need to see exactly what she looked like because Midge, like that could be anyone in that movie. Uh Barbie. Look it up on like on I'm using IMP awards. This is where like all the posters are. It's the way that I use those posters for my thumbnails. Fun fact, because I want that high quality stuff. Oh, this is gonna take a long time, isn't it? Uh, God. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is gonna take too long. Okay, I found her. I think she was like the pregnant Barbie. Yes, she was the pregnant Barbie, judging by the poster I've seen. Yeah, but it's not much to her name, so I can't really label her as a pro or a con, so might as well just mention her name, and then that's that. I don't know about other pros. I mean, I guess competition isn't too bad. I mean, most of the November movies have been duds. I mean, the Marvels, it's the biggest dud of them all. And I can't imagine like direct competition is stuff like Napoleon and Wish and Hunger Games and Trolls World Tour and Thanksgiving. So I mean, Next Goal Wins. That was DOA, so no reason to mention that. But yeah, so there's no real direct competition. So I guess that's a pro. And I guess I also mentioned its limited run last weekend. It went fine. It had a 46K per theater average, which is decent but not like spectacular. I did notice its weekend the way it went down from Friday to Sunday. That's a steep drop. A 51% Friday to Saturday drop. That's a oh no. But I don't I don't know if that's an omen for its wide release run, but it's not great. But its per theater average isn't terrible. So we'll label that as a pro, I guess. And I think that's it. I think that's now it. Okay, cons. Marketing. Where? Where is it? I don't know where it is. I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen like any ads for this movie. Like this is from Amazon. Like they clearly would have the funds to market this movie more. Like how they did with Air, but I guess they just didn't really care that much. So yeah, I guess yeah, lack of like serious marketing. We'll label that as a con. Another con is this is from Amazon Studios, or I guess in this case, Amazon MGM Studios. I mean, Amazon, they had wide releases like a long time ago, and then they just stopped. But now they're bringing them back again. I guess, the same strategy that Apple has is to basically release these movies so they, not really to make a profit, but to get awards buzz and do well on streaming. Get them streaming numbers. Like that's what's really going on. And Amazon's made like quite a few of them, but uh, Air's not on here for some reason when it really should be. It's literally from Amazon. Uh, those are Amazon Studios. There we go. Yeah, Air, which was earlier in the year, which was received very, very, very well, but it didn't do great financially compared to its budget. But yeah, so Amazon Studios, they don't have a great track record when it comes to movies doing well, so that's not great. But I guess that's not really their prime focus. prime prime focus. So yeah, but I guess I'll label that as a bit of a con. Actually, I don't know if I label that as a con. I guess the lack of theatrical success, I guess you could label that as a con. So I'm gonna label it as a con. Another con is the fact that compared to the other two compared to the other two movies coming out this weekend, this definitely has the least amount of interest. I imagine most people would rather just watch Wish, Napoleon, Hunger Games, and Trolls World Tour over this. Hell, maybe Thanksgiving over this. I feel like those movies have a lot more energy surrounding them. And there's the fact that like next weekend, I mean, there's the Beyonce Renaissance concert movie. What else? There's like Silent Night. There's that Godzilla minus one movie. There's a lot going on. And I feel like Saltburn is going to get drowned out. I think it's just going to fall through the cracks. So it's going to basically be what Next Goal Wins was last weekend. So that's not great. So I'm going to label that as a con. And I think that's it. So opening weekend, we got to do 3 day and 5 day because, Thanksgiving. 5 day. Ooh, I mean, this movie's opening in like 1,500 theaters, I think. I'm going to check. I'm positive it's 1,500. It has to be. Last I checked. Give me that number. 1,500. Okay. Um, it's 1,566. Yeah, 1,566. That's the amount of theaters. I don't expect it to do great. I mean, I guess I could compare this to the Holdovers, which came out like last week, a few weeks ago. I think that's a good enough comparison. Although the Holdovers had much better reception. I mean, I guess what else? I don't know about Women Talking. I don't think that's a great comparison. Neither is Licorice Pizza. Uh, the Holdovers. Okay, how did that do when it went wide? That was like in 700 theaters, made like 3 million. So that's achievable, I think, for Saltburn. Although, was it Bones and All from like last year, last Thanksgiving, which was an absolute train wreck. Um, I don't know if this is a great comparison, but I don't have I don't have too many options. Uh, let's see. That had open of like 2.28 million. That was in like well over like 2,700 theaters. I feel like it'll probably hit like 3 million for the 3 day weekend, and like for the 5 day weekend, I don't know, 5 million. Let's just go with that. Um, yeah, maybe five. You know what? 2 to 3 million for the 3 day weekend. 3 to 5 million for the 5 day weekend. and its total 10 million may be a stretch, maybe less than 10 million. So I'm gonna go less than 10 million. Less than 10 million. And that's it. So one more movie to discuss today, and that's Wish, Disney's latest flick. That's gonna be interesting to talk about, so stay tuned for that. Um and yeah, that's it. So yeah, that make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, share the whole drill. We'll check out more videos like this. I got playlists on the homepage, all previous um prediction videos. Yeah, previous prediction videos I made on the channel. You want to, for this year, the past few years I've been doing this, you want to watch any of them from beginning to now, I highly encourage you to do that, so go do it. There's also the canceled series where I go over all the movies that were supposed to come out but didn't. I've covered Saltburn twice. So the first time was episode 198. I talked about it alongside Challengers, Problemista, Poor Things, and Exorcist Deceiver. I talked about it alongside those. So, yeah, that was the first time. The second time was episode 208, where I talked about it alongside Silent Night, American Fiction, Ordinary Angels, and Dix the Musical. So, yeah. So I talked about it there too. I'm now by 219 episodes of canceled, so there's plenty of episodes you can choose from. So you want to watch any of them from beginning to now. You want to binge them all from beginning to now. I highly encourage you to do that, so go do it. There's also box office recaps where I go over the box office results for any particular month. My November recap will come out the first week of December, so stay tuned for that. If you want to watch any of the past recap videos made on the channel, go right ahead. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out. Goodbye.